Streaming early today because we are going to be ending the stream really early today. But it's the weekend, so. What's up? Wrath of the Righteous? What about? You talking about the...
Why do they have wrath?
There is such a thing as righteous fury.
Why are they fearing that?
Probably because something that's not righteous is happening. Doesn't take much. Figure out what the title, but the long and short of it is you're at war with demons. Demons are far from righteous. You're about the wrath of the righteous. And technically, anything can be the wrath of the righteous, even if you are using the powers of darkness and what have you.
Yeah, because there are darker virtues in the root.
Dark heroes and whatnot, yeah.
And there's a 4 balls from
Last we left off, I finished saving the day for Canabris. Everybody leveled up. And we get basically, what is it? A tour of our encampment. Janal. Good day. Do you remember me? I'm Janal. We spoke in the Defender's Heart. So you're the commander of the crusade now. Erastil knows it's hard to imagine someone worthier of taking up the post than the savior of Canabris. May the good gods help you prevail. Who are you? A humble priest of Erastil. I completed my trials and took my holy orders only recently, and now I am serving my god and the people up to the best of my ability. What were you doing in the Defender's Heart? What I was bound to do under my holy orders. I healed the wounded and buoyed up the healthy to fight another day. Have you joined the crusade? Don't take it amiss, but no, I haven't. I have my own task. I am needed in Chili Creek, a tiny hamlet which, due to some oversight, has been left without a priest these many years. I'm about to set sail for there. I'll be making my journey along Old Man Sun. Right, I have to go. May Erastil watch over you. Alright, what's up?
Should I have icy or apple?
Apple. Erastil. Huh, it still tells you about Erastil, the stat god. It's up to you. Oh, two. You know what, two? The last time we were really trying to save those apples and then the last batch started rotting, so two. Alright, let's see. Thanks. Man, Horgus Gorm just complaining. Oh! Ah, Darren. Ah, there you are, you dashing troublemaker, you. Darren flashes you a self-satisfied smile. Our short acquaintance is coming to an end. Very soon you will depart on your crusade, where you'll scrape by on horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amidst snoring soldiers, be rudely awoken by the freezing cold, and have to look up upon the dour faces of self-righteous prigs before you finally perish in the maw of some demon. I have a journey ahead of me too. I've just rented a sailboat in the south. I've also hired an excellent chef and a host of other entertainments. Well, to each their own, I suppose. Darren pauses, then suddenly adds in a more serious voice. You know, I am genuinely sad to see you go. If it sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off my venom gland on a whim, you see. But you intrigue me. If only we could have spent a little more time together, but of course, Daron grimaces. Not under these circumstances, or under these conditions. Let the Crusaders and the demons have at each other. With any luck, they'll take this entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them. Let's see here. What do they say?
It's cold.
Get lost then. I won't miss you. No.
Damn.
If you feel you don't belong here, go, but I'd like to see you again someday in the future, to get to know you better. You can throw a banquet for me to celebrate our victory in Dresden. What do you say? Oh, that's nice. Let's see. You know, I would like to, if you stayed, you intrigue me too. I'm not saying that. He does not intrigue me in that way. Huh? You're early. Yes, Atrocious, I'm early. The stream will also end early. Yes, Dragoon Lady is here, Dragoon Bro is here, and we were invited to join a D&D game for the evening.
No, he just kicked his way in. Bombarded his way in and bombarded both of us in.
Well, no, I ran into the DM. I asked if he was looking for more players because they apparently were down a few. And they said sure. Then I asked if my bro could come, and then it was like, okay, sure. So now we all joined their game.
I didn't joining originally. I get there and then they're like,
yeah, you changed your mind at the last minute, and they all said okay.
They're the one who had the character sheets in front of me and said, join us.
No, they got the character sheets ready only after you said you changed your mind.
I didn't say I was joining the game.
Yeah, at first, and when I was invited, you didn't say you wanted to join. Then later you asked if you could, and then I sent them a text.
No, I never asked to join the game.
Yeah.
I asked to go with you, to sit next to you. I didn't ever ask to join the game.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay, sure. Whatever helps you feel better.
But you joined. We're love.
Now, back to the conversation with Daron.
Shy love.
She totally did. All right.
But she's cute.
It's like being shy about saying you like anime.
You're still not in talk.
Wait, my character's name in that one's not Shiloh.
No, you named it Shy.
What's your character now?
Oh, wait, her name's Shy, but I don't remember naming her Love in that one.
No, you totally did. We were clowning on the name for
Even
a while.
No, I
Even the DM
did a Q Love.
Yeah, you
in
kept
that
giving. Yeah, you keep giving your characters the last name Love. So it happens again. Yeah.
It's dangerous.
And you wrote
It's
it.
hurtful,
It's already
painful.
written down on the character sheet, so you'll find out. Anyway, now back to the conversation here. Atrocious, we're going to be going in about in about 2 hours. So with that in mind, I want to get this conversation with Damon up. Let's see. Now this one seems pretty good. I'll be blunt. You don't intrigue me. Not in the way you obviously had in mind. But you are a valuable companion. You could have stayed in my party. Nah, not even that one. I'll do the third lead. No, wait. Does that one seem No, I'm not intrigued. But it sounds like I'm less trying to push him to join. If you feel you don't belong here, go. But I'd like to see you again in the future, to get to know you better. You can throw a banquet for me to celebrate our victory in Dresden. What do you say? Victory in Dresden. Your optimism is so charming. Daron smirks, then seems to start slightly. He continues in a more even tone. Well, should you prove lucky enough to survive, by some miracle, come and find me. Perhaps I shall even remember you. No promises, though. In any case, I intend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off. especially when it is I who is staying and someone else who is heading off to meet a dreary and hopeless end. Sometimes it does one good to ruminate on the unfairness of life. Well then, farewell, Commander. I assume I shall be your most precious memory on this most disgusting and exhausting road to the pointless slaughter of battle. Or, if not the most precious memory, then at least the most stirring. Darren smirks before instantly losing all interest in you, or at least he pretends to. Let's get some courtesans. Alright. And moving on. Oh, Grandma Gretlin the director. A well-dressed old dwarf is lecturing a motley company, shaking her ladle at them belligerently. Noticing you, she flings up her hands. Good afternoon, your commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theater company, the one you saved in Canabras, back when you weren't your commanderness yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We signed up to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes. Keeping up a theater is expensive, so we all have to take side jobs. But we don't stop at what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find the people to play the hordes of demons, and we decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. Luckily, we have Master Kem. He's invented a way to solve this problem using sound. Kem the Soundmaster. We caught a pig and some piglets who ran away from a burned out village. The glum and husky half-orc mumbles softly. We put the piglets in a box and scare them a little, and the sound they make is just like an approaching demon horde. But the most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the great Knight Commander. We had a right Barney over it, breaking a number of lances as well as a shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers. But we just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us. We have two candidates that are most suited to the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander. Let's see. I'm going to be played by a gnome. Not a gnome, two gnomes. Rumbledum and Hierophant are twins. One of them sits on the other's shoulders and puts on a long coat so they can play tall characters. They switch places every so often, so each gets their moment of fame. In that way, they each only have to learn half of the script. Cyclops actor? He's completely tame, believe me. Has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you mainly just make short heroic exclamations at the fateful moment, like onward, or we'll never give up, or my heart burns. Oh god. Or my heart burns with courage. Lambkin. Hold on. Lambkin can definitely handle this script. You know what? It's fine.
But Zero cannot. He's speechless.
Yeah. Ouch. I don't do voices. It's hard. Alright. Don't you have any other actors? who even vaguely resemble me? We're a small and poorly funded theater, and we only have a few actors. But they're all so talented, one of a kind. I've chosen the ones that are the best fit for your role. Trust my vision. I have more than a few successful plays under my belt. Okay. It says, alright, I don't need a theater like this. What if I order the soldiers to throw you out? Nah, we're not doing it. Alright, I've made my decision. The entire crew looks at you, holding their breath. I will be played by the Gnome Twins. Wonderful! Sorry we took you away from all the important things heroes and commanders do. We're off to rehearsal. I mean, first we'll wash some pots, then we're off to rehearsal. Let's go, you lazy lumps. Don't embarrass old Grandma now. And that's it. Okay. What are you looking up at the sky for? You think winged demons are about to fall on us? Hey Mendel, I was trying to say the Knight Commander commands the Knights really fast and almost twisted my tongue. Maybe they will. I actually just like looking at the sky. Clouds, you know? I haven't seen them since I was a kid. I almost forgot what they looked like.
Godspeed.
Groups.
Let us press on.
All right. A group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully, and passing around a flask. So picture this, my sword is by the fire. There's two goblins about to snatch it, and 3 more are digging through my tent. And I'm sat in the bushes, wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor. But it's not so bad in mail, once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to go into the bushes without my sword. So what did you do? What did I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know? So they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword and they spot me. So I jump over the fire wearing nothing but my mail shirt. And I grab my sword and I yell in my big tough voice, "Oh Inheritor, grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures." My sword shining, the goblins are screaming. I jump to attack them and they fight back. But I fought them off somehow. But ever since then I never take a step without my weapon. Sela takes a sip up from the flask. That's some story. Hey, stop gulping. Leave some for us. We've only just set off and you're already drinking? And with the queen in the camp? Stop this at once. The knights quickly snap to attention. Sela raises the flask and says loudly, "Right you are, Commander Terabay, but we are but drinking to the queen's health." Right, let's see. I'm not lawful nor chaotic. Say nothing. Allow me to remind you, Paladin, that you are in an army, not a band of mercenaries. Foolishness impairs discipline. Too much fun at the camp can turn into losses on the battlefield. With all due respect, Commander Terabay, I answer to the Knight Commander, not to you. The fact that we are fighting together doesn't give you the right to discipline me like a sergeant disciplines a recruit. Damn. Oof. Yes. Fires here that Her Majesty brought to the capital. Alright. I thought the queen was here.
We march ahead.
Seven Knights of Kamabas, all that's left of the orders that were billeted in the city. Visitors tend to use chapel. Even the less pious crusaders will come here to say their prayers when the final battle is upon us. I've seen it happen in my previous campaigns. Alright. Do I see the Saren rites? I don't think Saren Rays is here. Or if it is, I don't see it. Pretty sure that's Iomade. Oh no, never mind, that's Sarenrae. Altar of Sarenrae, the healing light, the goddess of the sun, healing, and redemption. Altar of Torag, the fall of creation, the dwarven god of craft and kin. Altar of Erastil, old Deadeye, the god of hunting, farming, and the quiet pastoral life. Altar of Iomade, the light of the sword, the goddess of justice and valor, and the patron of the Crusades. This place has been sanctified, can protect the area around it from the corruption of the abyss. Altar of Desna, the great dreamer, the goddess of freedom, travel, luck, and dreams. Alright. Let's see. Nice. Your excuse.
Our path leads on.
Tirabade's tents. This is mine and Navia's tents. We're both used to traveling, but the Queen insisted our tent to be furnished like a commanding officer's. Now, I understand your plight. I'll take your gear so you feel better. Adventures of a fearless crusader. This bed is clean and neatly made. And the commander officers of such luxury during marches. Phew.
I will guide us.
Happy. So good. So good.
Godspeed.
Where the heck is she? Serve, Commander.
Let us press on.
I could have sworn the...
We march ahead.
Oh wait, maybe she's in the tent. Warren's tent. Seems she's brought a lot of unnecessary items along with her. Books. She brought books. And alchemist fires.
Our path leads on. I will guide us.
Alright, let's go. Commander's tent. Actually, before that, let's level everybody up. Darren and Camellia get their Mythic Path ability. Boundless healing, that's fine. And Camellia. Wake up. Let's see, what should I give her? Force vigor. I can't really think of anything special to give her. guess ever ready. But nah, I'll get abundant casting. She'll have the chance to get ever ready. Maybe like at a later time. And with that, leveling everyone up. No. Okay, man. Let's start with the easy one. Sela. Level up in Paladin. Mobility. Trickery. And the world. Then go on from there. Hey, bro. What do you think which mercy should go for next for Sela? You know, the whole thing where lay on hands removes the condition. I can choose dazed, diseased, fatigued, shaken, and staggered. What do you think?
Staggered?
The ability to remove the staggered condition. Alright. Got it. And since she's leveled up, the horse can now level up. Okay. I don't get it.
Because, like, with parents, as soon as they open a snack, the kid is, like, around the corner looking. Like, the kid's nowhere around, but as soon as they open a snack, the kid shows up.
Oh. Sorry, a lot of memes usually go over my head. That's why I don't bother with a lot of social media and staring at them. Alright. Level up Milkshake. Let's see, the Bulwark Animal Companion gains the ability Devotion. Horses gain Devotion in this game. What does Devotion do? A +4 morale bonus on will saves. Neat. And like 9 extra HP. Next up, Lawn. Or Lan. Let's see. Gains a key power and Zen Archer bonus feat. He is the most perceptive in my party. Okay. Alright. I'm not particularly good with monks either. So again, bro. What do you think for a mythic or what key power I should go for? At least among what Lan can choose. Because first off, he's a Zen Archer. Don't really know what's a good or bad choice here. For whatever reason, I can't choose. There's a few I can't choose. But it's not telling me what the prerequisites for them are. Like, I mean, a few of these are pretty obvious. I can't choose Quivering Palm, right? But like, I can choose Bark Skin, Sudden Speed, or True Strike. Bro, did you hear me?
What?
I was asking what key power I should get land. Between Bark Skin, True Strike, and Sudden Speed.
Do you need to do a strike or you not using it?
Do I need? Wait, which one do I need?
Are you gonna maneuverability more important to you? Or durability?
I'm more worried about enemies running up on him than him running up on them.
It's an alert, it's an initiative. So at least he'll strike first.
Alright, so the key power Bark Skin or True Strike? Alright, or Sudden Speed.
I was going with some speed.
Oh, alright. Sudden Speed it is. And then a bonus feat. Okay, my options are Mini Shot and Rapid Shot, but it doesn't recommend them since, you know, the Zen Archer's gonna get those anyway. So...
No, this is the time.
Huh? Wait, now's the time?
Yeah.
Then why doesn't it recommend I get these?
This is because you got a short bow.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. It really becomes okay. It's only because of that.
Oh.
It's based on making a choice.
Alright, well, aside from that... Let me see. It tells me combat mobility, deflect arrows. But deflect arrows does say I have to be holding nothing. So that doesn't sound like a good idea. Let's see, I can get improved precise shot. Why doesn't it recommend mini shot or rapid shot?
They're using bow feet. Long bow feet.
Huh.
And your long is now close corner aspect from long range. Usually people make him, if you're having him out there, they usually make him due to his movability backwards due to things can appear, enemies can appear behind you. He can be an interceptor. Here, while you're walking through the party, it's the way people come due to all the multiple also being separate. Depends on how you build them.
Alright, I guess.
I just told him. And people are even upset. This is how you represent a Zenarch? Yeah, guys. Wrath of the righteous. You're even the blue section.
Let me see. You go for a mini shot or a rapid shot or improved precise shot. Let's see, mini shot is you make a full attack with your bow. Your first attack fires 2 arrows. If the attack hits, both arrows hit. Let's see, rapid shots. Full attack action gives you an extra shot, and then all attacks take a -2 penalty.
Mini shot.
Mini shot it is. Oh, and he automatically gets weapon specialization for the short bow. Then we'll just stick with the recommended build. Burning Arc and Cat's Grace. Sure, whatever. Next, Ember. Again, she's already got the auto leveling thing. It's, again, really hard to screw up. Protective Luck is the hex she gets. And then they give her the Heroism spell. Nenio. Again, just... Oh! I stopped taking her auto level already. Alright, is there anything to make Nenio into?
Yeah. They people chose
The
Lore Keeper and the other one was
Mystic Dirge?
yeah.
Alright, let's see. She has everything she needs as far as Arcana, Lore Religion, and second level Arcane spells. So, I could start giving her the Divine spells.
Okay.
So, what Divine caster do I pick? Where is she getting her Divine magic from?
You got enough solution?
I wish. That's the problem with Nenio. Outside of intelligence, her other mental stats are crap. Her wisdom is 12 and her charisma is 10. We're hoping for an intelligence-based divine caster.
Why are you making her a caster?
Oh, she's already a caster. She's just not divine yet. We gotta force some religion onto her. And yes,
Why?
I know how it sounds. Because the Mystic Thurge is a pretty powerful prestige class.
What do you need for being a Lore Keeper?
A lore keeper?
Yeah.
Or a lore master, you mean?
A lot that she doesn't have.
She needs to have one of the meta magics and a skill focus in either Arcana or World.
And
Let's do
cast
that.
divine spells certain levels.
No. If you squint really hard, you can see the word "or."
Oh.
This is a divine or ability to cast arcane spells, and so since it's green and there's a check mark, we made that requirement. But yeah.
Skill focus, world.
All right. Well, she doesn't have it yet. Have to level up and get it.
So what does it else need?
All right.
But I like arms.
You'll be fine.
I'm conflicted.
All right. Well. All right. Let me see. What do we do? A divine cat. Oh, shamans. Are there any shamans divine casters? Now, does any shaman use intelligence?
Yeah. Charisma, wisdom.
The possessed shaman. Let's see. Gains shared skill.
What is a shaman?
Oh, a shaman is a divine caster that talks to the spirits of the. Oh, okay. I guess I'll just read the whole skit. Yeah. Shamans are divine spellcasters who have access to the strongest spells of this type. Shamans have a great versatility in terms of customizing their build for the player's preferred style. Depending on the chosen specialization, a shaman can massacre enemies, support and heal allies, or control and weaken foes. However, playing as a shaman is pretty difficult and is not recommended for new players. I'm not new. I beat the game.
Multiple times.
No, just once, but still counts.
He's done that.
I can't be considered new if I played the game from start to finish.
There's other. You even have the game that actually has shaman in it.
And I didn't even beat it on the lowest difficulty.
D&D in multiple levels before.
No, but
No.
literally, he can build the game to play a shaman, but he doesn't even play that.
Alright, let's see. While some heroes speak of gods or consort, but you know, I'm not reading all this.
Oh my god,
Alright. That aside, again, I'm not reading all that. I just need a shaman that uses intelligence.
Do they even have one? I know a witch. I know there's a witch class.
Yeah, witch is
arcane.
yeah, witches are arcane casters, so can't use them. What about shadow cast? What about the shadow shaman? Nope. Possess shamans. Let's see. Okay. Alright. They have shared skill. The possess shaman treats these skills as a... Okay. Crowded vessel. Let's see. Whenever a possessed shaman fails a saving throw against a charm or compulsion spell, they can attempt a new saving throw. As the spirits inside her attempt to regain control. Ah. Fair enough. But there's nothing here saying that the... Oh, wait, here we go. Wandering skills. Never mind. She uses... shamans mainly use wisdom, I think?
Charisma.
Spirit Hunter. Alright, so the possessed shaman uses wisdom. Spirit Shaman is again charisma, nothing saying otherwise. Spirit Warden. Restless Magic. Nope, just a spell list. Unnatural Mean. A bonus to Intimidate. Spirit Animal. Wait, nope, Unsworn Shaman. A minor spirit instead of a spirit. Nope. Witch Doctor. No. Alright, none of the shamans, despite the fact that the Divine Caster can be used, unfortunately. The Wildland Shaman is a half-orc, so... or it requires you to be a half-orc, so... that's no good either. Let's see. Is there any war priest that uses intelligence?
No.
Shield bearer.
The only one that mixes up is some of the sorcerer bloodline. You don't need to have
Proclaimer.
You go into this particular thing. If you use this is based on
nope.
intelligence.
What about this Disenchanter? Ah, I wish Atrocious was here. He usually knows this kind of stuff. Oh wait, actually, like he usually has it alt tabbed. Atrocious, if you can hear me, I need your aid. Please assign anything showing you're here. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't think he's even on. Damn. Alright. Wait, what is this? Alright, hold on everyone. I'm going to go guess. No, it's fine. Let's see. Sorcerers are not divine casters, so even if there is one that lets you use divine magic, you're still technically an arcane caster. Slayer, Scald, nope. Shaman, we just looked at Shaman.
Okay.
Please, Arcanist, it's in the name. Well, wait, she could be an Oracle, maybe? Divine Herbalist. No. Enlightened Philosopher? Nope. Lone Strider. Reclusive Stride. Nope. Possessed Oracle. 2 Minds. It just gives you a saving throw thing. Alright, next we have Seeker. Nope. Wind Whisperer. Just immediately forces you to pick the Wind Mystery. Okay. So no to that. Magus is an arcane caster. Hunters and Inquisitors are divine, but they don't get their spell casting until... Wait, maybe?
Yeah, you get it as soon as they hit that class.
Hunter...
They get the Rangers.
Yeah, Hunter has to wait till level 4. Is there any Hunter that gets it to them earlier? It doesn't look like it, no. Alright. So next up we have Druid. Is there any Druid that will archetype that will use your intelligence?
Probably not. You have one for charisma.
Blights, no. Defenders of the True World. Nature's Bond. Alignment Restriction. Nothing there. Drovier. Lose Nature's Bond and get an animal companion. But there's nothing here saying that they get anything. Or, you know, convert the spellcasting modifier. Elemental Rampager. Some druids embrace the destructive aspect of nature and the elements, using this power to fuel their prowess in melee combat. Well, that's cool, but... yeah, nope. Face Speaker. Nothing. The hell. See, like, they don't get me wrong. The face speaker gets stuff, but if it's not a level 1 ability, it won't be mentioned anywhere else. You know, the part where a different attribute is attribute is used for spell casting. It'll be mentioned at level 1, if not in the description, which usually is. I just miss it. So no druids.
Yep, the face speaker is the only one that does, but it does it with its charisma.
Okay, what about the clerics?
No.
None of the clerics use anything other than wisdom.
They use wisdom and charisma. Charisma is the second stat.
No, I mean like for the spellcasting modifier.
Yeah.
Damn.
Same thing like Shaman.
Okay. What about the bards? Is there any bard that uses their wisdom?
Yeah.
Alright. Which one?
I believe Beast. Yeah, the Beast thing and the Thunder.
Thunder Caller and Beast Tamer? Alright, Beast Tamer. Where you at? Beast Tamer. Help me out, Beast Tamer. Alright, Spontaneous Summoning. No. Inspire Ferocity. Okay. Just a new version of Inspire Courage. Beast Call. Alright. Summon Nature's Ally. Spell-like ability. Equal to Charisma modifier. And Summon Nature's Ally. The spell. No.
Okay.
Thundercaller then?
Yep.
Bound to the Land. They gain a bonus on lore nature checks. That's it. They're still charisma based casters. Tranquil Whisperer. Inspire Tranquility. Just replaces Inspire Courage. Flame Dancer? Nope. Nothing. Dirge Bard. Nope. Archaeologist.
The sneak attack.
Just luck. Nothing on sneak attack from them. Oh, what am I even looking at for anyway? The fucking arcane casters. A huge waste of time. Oh, alchemists are technically not any type of caster. All their spells are considered spell-like abilities. So nothing helps. Nothing helps. Okay. Just bite the bullet and pick one of the divine casters and hope its subclass abilities are useful.
Well, that's still a 40 minute do. Because you were saying you choose the real skills afterwards. But I don't know if they patch that.
Alright, so I still have to choose where is the divine magic coming from?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick a full caster. So stuff like the War Priest is out.
Druid.
Now, again, you only need second level spells. So this shouldn't be a forever wait. Oh my god. Alright. So, what do we do?
I choose Druid.
Druid.
Yep. She's already got the neutral. Neutral. Neutrality ability. She's always neutral.
Okay, that's fine. She'll get that by the time she is a level 3 druid. Fine. How long does a cleric wait? The same. Okay. So druid it is. Now what type of druid is she gonna be? Plain druid, blight druid, defender of the true world. The less she has to rely on whatever we give, the better. So plain druid's probably not a good idea because no, they rely on wisdom being high. Whatever I get, I don't want it to care too much, you know?
Okay.
Blight druid. Let's see. Blight bond instead of nature's bond. You choose death or destruction domains. No, she won't get far enough to see anything else. Defender of the true world, enemy of the Fae. Sadly, doesn't really do anything much in this game. There's Fae in this game, just not a lot. Drovirs view their allies and adventuring companions as a herd or a pack to be protected and directed, with variations on that theme ranging from culture to culture. Gains an animal companion instead of nature bond. And that's it. She's gained woodland stride, and then we move on. I don't think it's a good idea to go for anything animal companion based if I'm not going to stick with the ability to raise the animal companion.
Okay.
So then we got animal or elemental rampager, which is focused on, let's see, what is this? Rampage. Druid calls upon nature's strength, granting additional combat prowess. At first level, Druid can rampage for a number of rounds equal per day, equal to 4 plus Constitution modifier. Okay. For each level past the first she possesses, the Druid can rampage for 2 additional rounds per day. While rampaging, gets a +2 bonus on attack rolls and damage rolls made with natural weapons. Yeah, this doesn't help. This isn't good. Not for Nenio anyway. Phase Speaker. What do you got? Loses spontaneous summoning. And doesn't get any. Phase Speaker doesn't get anything unique until 4th level. So this is terrible. And Primal Druid. You lose Nature's Bond and Nature Sense for Primal Size and Animal Companion. Alright, so these are out. Elemental Rampager's out. Drovir's out. The choice is between Defender of the True World, Blight Druid, and just plain Druid. Alright. Don't like Fae. What do we get? We get Enemy of the Fae. +2 on weapon attack rolls and damage rolls against Fae. We can stop there. For the first level. Everything else is like at 7th level and such. So Ignore that. Phase Stalker. At 3rd level, defender of the true world's animal companion and any creatures she summons with Summon Nature's ally. Gains a +1 morale bonus on attack and damage rolls against Fey creatures. You say go for this?
Right. Well, unless Druid actually is going to actually do something for it.
Regular Druid?
Yeah.
Let's see. Outside of the spells? I don't think so. Alright, we'll just go for this then. So you said Defender of the True World, right? Alright, there we go. 2, 3, 4. Okay. She still gets the I'm still just gonna raise the same skills she had before. Then it's like choose a domain or an animal companion. And like I said, choosing an animal companion doesn't really work when you're not going to go all in.
We're going Mystic Theos, right?
Yeah.
It's still good.
Mystic Thurge won't give you the level, the animal companion levels. It'll treat like if I say I want to continue going up with the Druid, right? It'll say the spell list will continue, not the Druid levels themselves. So I'll still be a 3rd level Druid with the animal companion of a 3rd level Druid while I'm gaining the Mystic Thurge levels. Yeah. So now I choose a domain. Air. Ironically, I could choose animal companion and animal domain. It's a level in redundancy. But okay. There's air domain, animal domain, earth domain, fire, plant, water, weather.
What?
Now hold on there. They actually look at what they do before you make that decision.
If you go air, doesn't that do you anything?
Air gives you, let's see, I'm only going to start with the first ability. Lightning Arc, 30-foot range touch attack, deals 1d6 per 2 levels. Alright, so this will be 1d6 plus 2 damage. Of up to 3 times a day. Then the Earth domain is more or less the same, except acid damage. Then Fire is again the same, except fire damage. And then Plant domain is a swift action. You enlarge yourself for 1 round. For 1 round. Okay. And then water domain is the same except cold damage. And weather domain is the same except more lightning damage. In addition, the target is buffed by winds and rain and takes a -2 penalty on attack for 1 round.
Yeah.
So it's just air domain plus extra.
Yeah.
Weather wins! Oh no, air domain will give you shocking grasp. Weather domain gives you snowball. So we'll pick the one that gives you the ranged combat option because he has crap strength. So you're right, weather domain. Why'd I even bother? Alright. So she's gonna be a Mystic Thurge well on her way. Camellia. I guess still do the same thing as before, right? Spirit Hunter into Duelist. When, you know, the time is right. Let's see.
Oh,
Right, what stat do I give? Oh, right, god damn it. Yeah, like, I still don't want to screw this up. Alright, she just needs the dodge feat. Oh, I'm sorry, dodge and combat mobility. She needs 2 feats. Dodge, combat mobility, and then base attack bonus 6. Currently, it's at 3. Well, it'll be at 4 after this level up, but yeah. Alright. So, her mobility is done. She doesn't need more mobility. Can give it to her if Duelist needs it. Do you know if the Duelist needs you to have high mobility?
might as well.
Alright, now I'll just raise. I'll raise it alongside Trickery. Dayren, level him up. Again, Oracle. There's not much need to really change the recommended build. Then we have Mendel, last but not least.
Our time has come.
Oracle Purifier. May the healing continue. Then I choose a spell. I now have access to 2nd level spell. Oh no, I already have access. This is now the 3rd level spells I can choose. But let's be fair, I'm not really going to spend too much time with this because it should be Cure Wounds, right? Right. Cure Wounds. Cure Serious Wounds. There. He's good to go. Let's finish looting this whole place.
Godspeed.
Leave the tent. Go to Wilser Garms and sell it all. And then finally continue on with the plot. Okay. What are your duties? Storing in the camp. Oh, I guess I never did finish talking to Wilser Garms. Alright. Yeah, a little bit of everything. What's an officer to a soldier? A strict father. So what does this make a quartermaster like myself? Something like their mum, that's what. I make sure the lads have everything they need to defeat the enemy and come back from battle in one piece. Wilser starts ticking off his fingers. That means food, firewood, medicine, tents, mended clothes, fixed weapons. The horses have got to be fed and watered. The camp's got to be fortified by the evening and broken up by the morning. I make sure the wages are paid on time and the wagon wheels don't squeak. And then there are our reports. Gods, until you asked, I never realized how many duties I actually had. What do the soldiers think of their new commander? They mostly tell tales about your unusual power, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person, too. Soldiers are always like that. If Iomade herself descended from heaven, you bet they'd jabber on about how she grips her sword and how good she looks in her armor.
I don't care what you claim to be.
People talked about you with suspicion at first. You're a hero, of course, no doubt about that. And the blessing from the gods helped you at the Grey Garrison. But the powers you use, they seem to be of a divine nature, but then again, maybe they're not. The Inquisition would be outraged by that, but soldiers are simple folk. They talked it over and decided that everything is happening as it should. And the main thing is that the commander keeps winning and the queen is pleased with him. Remember what you have. Alright, let's sell all this extra stuff. I'm not using all this. Not these cold iron long spears. Or this light mace. Or the regular spear. Or the cold iron long swords. The masterwork great axe. Or the bardiche. I don't know why they give bardiches out. No one's using those.
Why would you rather?
Let me see. Speaking of armors, what do I got? I got the half plate of vigor. The only person who would use this is Sela. Sorry, maybe Regil, but I'm not gonna have Regil in this party. Well, not in the main party anyway. Amulet of Agile Fist. Do I sell that? Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to use it.
You have no monks.
I could give it to the horse. But the problem is he's a strength build. This doesn't help. This doesn't help Milkshake at all. Alright, let's see. My character uses a shield, so I can use the heavy shield called Painful Remorse. Whenever this +2 spiked heavy shield is used for shield bash, well, I don't do that, so I guess move on. Alright, first things first. Is there any scimitars I can wield? He sells a +1 scimitar. Oh, here we go. The Blade of Order. Alright, here we go. It's just like my first +1 scimitar, but its special effect is whenever it lands a hit on a chaotic evil creature, it applies a -1 penalty to that creature's damage rolls until the end of combat. This penalty stacks up to -5. Behold the Blade of Order. Alright. I won't knock that. That's pretty good. So that's for you. Is there any weapon I would want anyone else to hold on to? Let's see. A dagger for Woljif, maybe? No, he's gonna run off soon. Yeah, most of the best things for him are over in the Abyss. Yeah, so it's like, There, I guess I could look into the +1 crossbows or something. Damn. Yeah, there ain't really much here. Oh well. Now, armor-wise, however, let's see, we got a pretty good medium armor called Flowing Scales. Let's see. What does it do? +2 medium arm, or +2 scale mail, to be specific. That, let's see, gives a 10% chance to miss due to concealment. That's kind of it.
Chaotic good person.
Huh.
Brought the world back into it.
Where is... I could get the +2 ring. I kind of want to avoid getting the generic +1, +2 stuff. Because I know how plentiful they are in, you know, later in the game. Amulet of Jousting. Whenever the wearer declares a knight's challenge, oh, damn it.
You're not even playing that kind of build.
Amulet of Mighty Fist, as opposed to the Agile Fist.
Oh.
+1 to attack and damage rolls with unarmed and natural attacks. Oh, we can give that to the horse. There we go. You know, I did just come to a realization. I plan on riding getting an animal myself. I don't know if it's going to be something that can be ridden that's going to use Dex or not. So I better not sell that amulet yet. Anything else? Bracers of Rough Landing. A bonus against flying enemies. The only thing left would be the painful remorse shield.
Go deal for it.
I guess I could give it to Sela or myself. But hold on, probably not. No, I think we're done here. Deal. Let me just double check something. Yeah, no, nobody has the dex for it. Shield bashing is really 2-weapon fighting, so without without the dex for it, it's just not a good idea.
Okay.
All right. Close and let's move on. Save.
Two different fight. Dual blades. Heavily sword.
I did that build already with dual wielding. Hold on, be right back. You need water or anything, bro?
Sure.
Alright. Ice?
Nah.
Alright. Here you go. It's getting pretty cold outside, so it's going to be 60 less for us. It's alright. Okay.
3.
Alright. And I'm back. Okay. Is that out the way? On pause and talk to Queen Galfrey. The Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she just announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds. I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Social Danik.
The Queen nods to the human man and the young halfling woman standing next to her.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons. I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it.
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Alright, let's see. When we met at the Defender's Heart, I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it. However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
I have some questions about my mission to retake Dresden.
Of course, I shall answer.
How did the demons manage to conquer Dresden?
That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
Staunton Vane. I saw him at the Great Garrison. He defected to the demon's side.
Oh, really? I wasn't informed of this. After Dresden fell because of Staunton, he was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of crusaders baying for blood. Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting. I commuted Staunton's sentence and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions.
It was a tough choice, I understand. Oh, so there's 2 good choices here. So I'm good either way. But, let's see. You could say it was a tough choice, I understand. Or, you punished him with a life of disgrace and humiliation, and that life finally broke him. It's sad, but not surprising.
That. Give her a tongue lashing. What were you thinking?
Yeah, like, I don't understand. What the hell?
Yeah, you just rank him plus you just. It's bad enough he knows that. He's experiencing that.
Yeah.
And then you give him a
Like, give him the chaotic one is also good. You should have exiled him. Let him go wherever he wanted. That way he would have either changed his life for the better or realized he had no one to blame but himself.
Why Chaos is always giving out a good being chaotic.
Alright. But we'll go for the good one. The tongue lashing one. It's sad, but not surprising.
Perhaps exile would have been a more merciful sentence than decades of service among those who despised him. I was hoping he might atone for his guilt with a heroic act, but he likely decided that atonement was impossible, and he might as well give himself over to evil.
Yeah.
Yep. His own pizza still, you know. Except for one.
His brother.
No, not that.
Jordan Vane stayed with him.
And he had no choice. He's actually the one that helped make the relics that people are using.
Alright. What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabel's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit.
Right, now what are you saying?
You never mentioned how we got.
They are taking advantage of that. Alright, next.
These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
It's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. Why do you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris. We must attack swiftly, before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz, and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold, the very threshold of the Abyss.
And no more questions.
Wonderful.
Alright. Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Wardstone?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first wardstone in Canobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works. Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the wardstone in Canobris, and were able to save this gift of Iomede. It was a deed worthy of a knight commander of the Fifth Crusade.
The Queen steadily inclines her head in solemn acknowledgement of your service. You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Canabris. In a vision I saw the death of an angel called Lario. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the World Wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel, even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on this special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
Show the covenant of the inheritor. Do you remember this?
I thought this relic was destroyed many years ago. How strange it is to see it whole again. At one time, it gave me hope. I am pleased that this object will serve the crusade once more.
The queen's eyebrows shoot up in surprise. Well, she did say, wherever did you get this, but apparently it got glitched out. Queen Galfrey's hand twitches as if trying to reach for the relic of its own accord, but the queen stills its movement. I had a vision of Iomade giving her covenant to you.
I was young, and did not fully understand the magnitude of the duty that had been entrusted to me. Iomade gave me hope and strength to see me through the trials ahead, and in so doing, she won my everlasting loyalty.
Do you still remember the oath you swore in battle?
Always. No matter how arduous, no matter how dark the skies, no matter how much blood flows from my wounds, I shall stand with you. We shall fight for our loved ones and our friends, for the right to live and die free. We shall do everything we possibly can, and after that, we shall begin to do the impossible. And if the hour should come when our arms can no longer raise our swords, our bodies will become a shield to cover those who still have strength to fight. I, Galfrey, Queen of Mendev, swear this to you. This is my vow.
Beautiful.
At those times, she went to war with Druid.
That is a wonderful little oath right there.
Her family almost died out. They need somebody to keep her. They know she's the
You
most.
hear a line like that and say, that's a paladin.
How proud did you be? You outlived your own god that you served.
Alright. I was told about this a long time ago. When I first got the covenant with my first playthrough, I forgot to go to the storyteller and have him recover and restore it.
No,
So I didn't have this conversation.
no.
Someone in my chat managed to tell me about, no, you can restore it as soon as you get in there and you can just show her the relic, or show her the relic now. Right. You withstood a blow from Arilu Vorlesh in that battle.
I would proudly declare that to be true, and say that even Arilu Vorlesh could not kill me on her first attempt. But to do so would be boasting. I was protected by my goddess. However, I was glad to see that, no matter how great the betrayer of humanity's power, it is nothing as compared to Iomede's might.
Alright, and then you can choose to hand over the covenants of the inheritor, or keep wearing it.
For what you like to do.
I would like to hand it over.
Okay.
Please take this gift. The covenant of the inheritor should belong to you.
Let the Covenant's restoration into my hands be a good omen for this war. I thank you. I shall ask the priests to offer prayers for you, that Iomade may send you strength and fortitude in the coming battles.
Inclining her head, the queen reverently takes the relic from your hands. I gained 230 experience points for that. Alright. And what are you going to do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Galfrey arches her brow. Alright. I can choose the good requires Angel Mythic Path, or lawful requires Aeon Mythic Path. We'll just say thank you for your reply. Well, clearly I'm going for the good. My queen, I'd ask you to remain with us. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the crusade, and the blessing of Iomade that you carry may be decisive in this battle.
What is this I hear? A polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign?
The queen flashes something of a slightly astonished smile.
I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev. But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen, and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito. Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
The task is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable.
The queen gives you an impish wink.
Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Darren's cool expression wavers, but he seems not to be fully cognizant of what is happening. That or he is holding himself tightly in check. Then I could say lawful, chaotic, or I have no need of this advisor. Or say that's a great idea. My alignment doesn't change one way or another to say that. That's a great idea.
I knew you would approve, Commander.
The queen bestows a smile on you, then brings her gaze to rest on Darren once more.
I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post, but I trust that you will dutifully fulfill his orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
The Count offers a bow, either as a sign of respect or in order to hide his flushed face. Only the barest quaver can be heard in his voice.
Then let's get going. May Ayomade help us.
Righteous justice. Immediate, quickly. He just didn't have the speed.
Anivia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers the Crusaders say about you. Some say that Iomade came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died, and an honest-to-God angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still, others say it was just an explosion at an alchemist lab, and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish.
I wish about that.
But you know, you really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kinda... Anivia waves her hand, trying to find the word, and say, stronger, more charismatic, more stately, smarter, more dangerous? Yeah, more dangerous.
I'm not stately. I'm not. Oh, for the order of the. What?
Wait, more dangerous? Yeah, exactly. More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander. And by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or to yourself. Tell me about yourself. She shrugs with a lazy smile. I'd be happy to, but there's kinda nothing to tell. What's so interesting about me? Where are you from? Nowhere. I was blown in by the wind and found in a cabbage patch. She stopped short. Sorry, that's an old habit of mine. I don't like blabbing about my past, but you saved my skin, so I guess I kinda owe it to you not to clown around, right? I'm from Nidal, or Needle. How do you say that? Nidal.
Yeah.
Nidal?
Nidal.
Nidal. Alright. From Nidal. And this is one of the few times you'll ever get to hear it. Nidal is one of the oldest surviving countries in Avestan, having been founded during the uncounted years of the Age of Darkness. Even though it is now beholden to the neighboring infernal realm of Cheliax, it retains significant autonomy to pursue its own shadowy goals. Right. I'm from Nidal, and I wouldn't wish my homeland on my worst enemy. You've heard of the place, I'm sure. Ruled by monsters that aren't alive nor dead, and the official religion is the cult of Zon-Kufan. I grew up in a slum, like a weed between the cobblestones. I didn't have a dad, but I have had lots of aunts and uncles, my mom's cronies. No prize for guessing the kind of business she was involved in. They gave me a set of lockpicks as soon as I could hold a spoon, and while other kids were picking their noses, I was picking pockets. When I was 12, the monks of the Silent Shrouds came for us. Creepy guys with their mouths sewn shut. They're the guards of Nisrock. Mom gave me to her friends, and we hid in a secret temple of Desna and never saw my mom again. I lay low in the temple for the next few years, kept my head down. I washed floors, fetched water, listened to sermons. Funny thing, after a while I started liking Desna's teachings. But as soon as I was old enough, I was out of there. I left Nidal and got as far away as I could. Quite a ragtag group you've got here. From nobles to street thieves. You got that right. Ha ha. Only the best for you. What do you do if the knights and nobles fail to save the world? The lowlives are our only hope. How did you meet Irabeth? I was bumming around Timon a while back, doing this and that. Desmond Temples sometimes gave me odd jobs. You know, sometimes they needed people with skills like mine. On the surface, it was fine, I guess. After Nadal, the freedom of River Kingdom should have seemed like heaven. My chance to sit back and enjoy life, but I wasn't happy. There just wasn't any joy in my new life. I was all alone. No one cared about me, and I didn't care about anybody either. I struggled to find a reason to drag myself out of bed every morning. Tying a stone around my neck and jumping into the nearest river started to look pretty appealing. One day, I was hired to follow some fellas who the local authorities suspected were Razmiran spies. I was stupid. I made a rookie mistake and they caught me. It's like my body had already decided to do what my mind had been fighting, to finally put me out of my misery. Get someone else to kill me since I didn't have the guts to do it myself. They grabbed me. I thought they'd gut me on the spot, but instead they hog-tied me and dragged me off. And just like an animal going to the slaughter, my only thought was, let's get this over with. They brought me to their stinking cave, threw me out of their altar, and I realized who it was. Kuthites from Nidal. They tracked me down after all those years. But I didn't care anymore. Wouldn't even have cared if they'd eaten me or whatever. We all gotta go sometime, right? So I was lying there, staring at those knives pointed at me. When fate rolled the dice and hit the jackpot, Irabeth, there she was, storming into the cave. Picture it. I'm lying on an altar with all these knife-wielding maniacs around me. And suddenly Irabeth storms in. I thought it was Iomade herself, fierce in her shining armor with her gleaming sword raised. She made quick work of those scumbags, chopped them up just like that. I didn't even have time to blink. She untied me, and then Anevia's face lights up as she chuckles. She looked through the papers they had on the table, and she started swearing like a sailor. So much for Iomade. Ha ha. Alright, and let's see, here else. How did you and Arabeth end up in Canabras? After almost becoming a human sacrifice, I knew I never wanted to leave Arabeth's side. Desna knows I fell for her instantly, and I fell hard. My misery was gone, and when Arabeth showed me what was in those papers, proof that the cultists had a nest in her home city, well, I offered to help without a second thought. Anevia smiles warmly. She must have figured I couldn't wait to get my revenge on the cultists, but I didn't give a damn about them. It was her. I'd go anywhere with her, even on a crusade or into the jaws of the dragon. But I took to life in Canabras like a duck to water. I used to be an outcast wherever I went, but half of the crusaders are the same. After all, who'd volunteer to tangle with demons on the edge of the abyss? You gotta be either a goody two-shoes with too much honor and free time, or a misfit with no life out in the normal world with normal people. I mean, people come here to run away from their debts, their past, from themselves, so I fit right in. I'm not a goody two-shoes with too much honor and free time, right? You know, I don't play characters like that. I don't have free time. I'm doing important stuff.
That's right, Noble. Noble Lewis!
In a different place. This one's a nomad. Oh, God. This is a goody two-shoes with free time. Shit.
You're role-playing very well.
How
good are you?
Whatever.
The goodest. That's what you want to hear.
All right. What is it like living with Arabeth? It's like living. Without her, I wouldn't be. Seriously, if I were alone, I'd definitely be gone by now. Sure, sometimes we argue, can't deny that. Sometimes we bang our fists on the table and yell so loud that the walls shake. But that's all about order business. But at home, well, I'll give you an example. I've kinda always wanted to move out of that broom closet we call a house and into somewhere cozier. It ain't like they take a vow of poverty at the Eagle Watch, but every month, somehow most of our spare money is spent on Crusader business. Sure, I get mad about it, but Anivia makes a helpless gesture. It's part of why I love her so much. You know, Arabeth has that thing that matters most for a person, a purpose in life. She's always got a reason for whatever she's doing. Her whole life is a crusade, and I just drifted around like a leaf in the wind until Desna brought us together. Now she's the meaning of my life. So it really makes no difference if we live in a mansion or under a bush. All right. Thank you for your answers. Thanks for asking. Telling you all this kind of made me feel better. I have to go. All right. You watch yourself now. All right.
Let us press on.
Indeed. The only thing to really do is talk to Nora and Socio. Oh no, I guess get an update from everybody about what do they think of the powers of a goddess coursing through their veins.
We march ahead.
Everyone thinks I'm blessed by Iomade anyway. Woljif, anything to say? Hey Chief, wanna talk? What do you think of my new powers? Woljif pauses to think, rubbing his chin. You mean what you did back there? I have a few ideas. We could send you to Patak's underground arena to fight. Give you a scary name like Swift Sting or something like that. Give you a great cover story. Enemies burn down your house. You're avenging your dead family. The public eats that stuff up. You'll wear a shiny, eye-catching outfit. Or a black one, if you like black better. We'll split the prize money 60-40. 60 for me, of course. You know, arranging fights isn't easy. Those people are tough. I'll be taking more risk than you. And after we get set up in Patax, we'll tour different cities, make some real money. What, you don't like the sound of it? Say, do you have any other suggestions, or I'm not interested? Sure. Woljif grins, his yellow eyes lighting up. I got one more. Have you heard of Razmirin? It's some land in the River Kingdoms ruled by King Razmir. A friend of mine used to live in Razmirin. He got out of there as fast as he could. Long story short, this King Razmir of theirs is a god. He keeps his people under his heel. They're all terrified of what he might do. He sits on his throne wearing some white mask, giving power to anyone. Come and take power from me, he says, so long as you believe in me. Woljif quickly checks that no one is eavesdropping. But that friend of mine, the one who fled, has a half-sister on his old man's side, who's a cook in the castle, and the washerwoman who the cook plays cards with in the evenings told her a juicy rumor. Word is, Razmir isn't a real god at all, and he's got no powers. So here's my point. You do have powers, pretty scary ones too. We'll find some shabby little kingdom, I'll start some rumors, you'll show off a few tricks to wow the locals, and that's it. We'll make you a deity.
Yeah!
But first I want you to put it in writing that I'll be your chief advisor. I'm not doing anything just on the nod. I've been there. People promise you mountains of gold, and when it's time to come, and when it comes to it, they're all get lost, or I'll set the dogs on you. So, do you like the idea? And then, because I'm as good can be.
There's a good answer?
Yes, there is a good answer.
No!
Yeah, you know it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be friendly. Call myself a god and deceive people? That's disgusting. Cleaning privies is disgusting. Deceiving an entire kingdom is an art. You're not appreciating what it is I'm offering you, Chief. I don't make offers like that to just anyone, you know. I have to go. Let's talk later. Walter shrugs. Whatever, you're free to do as you please. Hey, fucking hell, dude.
That would have been awesome. The gods will ignore you because you're a demon.
Ember. Ember is bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with a carefree, cheerful smile. Her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. How are you handling your new abilities? Abilities? The girl tilts her head to her shoulder. What are you talking about? Oh, the tricks you learned when the big gray house blew up? They're funny. Thanks for teaching them to me. The queen gave me the title of Knight Commander and put me in charge of an army. What do you think about that? The elf focuses her wandering gaze on your eyes, smiles and shakes her head. Don't believe titles. All of us in the world are children of the street. Barefoot, hungry, scarred, a step away from death. Some imagine they're strong and rich like gods, but don't forget who you really are behind the title. I won't forget. Alright, I have to go. So go. The elf watches you with a radiant smile as you leave. Let's see. Erebeth. Commander, allow me to say something. Erebeth looks even more serious than usual. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was agony. Drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some, it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but I somehow got through on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Anivia's body, she might by some miracle have survived, and that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that, she says with a snap of her fingers. The Queen believes in your powers too, but for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anivia alive standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what the others could not. I found a scabbard with your family name on it in the Grey Garrison. Erebeth looks down. This scabbard held the solemn hour, my family's sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with that my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Anivia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. And get another 230 XP. I hoped to redeem the solemn hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword again, forever. Is Anivia sick? You'll forgive me if I don't go into detail. It's a private matter. Suffice to say, everything is fine now. The treatment was costly, but it was worth it. Right? Good, lawful, chaotic. And we choose the good option. I can see that you truly love her. That's good. What? Come on. That can be neutral. Anyone can say that. I guess maybe not evil, but still. Alright. I can see that you truly love her. A delicate blush appears on Arabeth's cheeks. She nods silently. Arabeth lovingly traces the name imprinted in silver on the scabbard's leather. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again, but at least I have its scabbard back. Thank you. Alright. So it turns out that the queen has her head of counterintelligence watching me? I wonder why. You think the queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in part of this in charge. She wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've gained enough experience as a commander. As for counterintelligence, Anivia and I were tasked with keeping an eye on your inner circle. But you're not under suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. We need reinforcements. Can you get us more soldiers? Arabeth frowns. When we began the march on Dresden, we chose speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to be recruited, they simply won't arrive in time. We could pay mages to deliver the troops to the camp, except I doubt that our army's coffers could afford it. If you can spare 7,500 gold coins, I will see to our reinforcements. You pay the 7,500 gold coins. You have your orders. Consider it done. Alright. It's hard to believe your origin is so humble. You deserve a noble title more than many who inherit them. Arabeth's cheeks blush a little. Thank you, Commander. It is an honor to hear that, especially from you. Every noble family begins somewhere. You must have heard the recent story from the stolen lands in the River Kingdoms. Just imagine, coming from nowhere and making it all the way to a royal crown in just a few years. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I managed to distinguish myself somehow. But then I push away such unworthy, selfish thoughts, of course. We don't fight for rewards. The fate of the world is at stake. And yet, Arabeth's blush deepens and she falls silent. I have to go. Arabeth says goodbye with a short bow. Let's see, Prestidigitator Golem. Happy to be of service, and may Shaman brighten and vivify your day. Arabeth, what is this thing doing in our camp? It's under my supervision. Since the day we were blessed with this shiny chatterbox, may Shaman brighten and vivify its day. There have been 16 attempted thefts, 2 by those I had entrusted it with protecting it. You think we should have left it in a ravaged city so some smart aleck could chop it up? No, it's now the property of the Crusade, which means I'm going to stand guard over it, even if I have to keep this beautiful oaf in the commander tent, or in the command tent. Happy to be of service, and may Shaman brighten and vivify your day. Yeah, this was patched into the game. Basically, a lot of people made the obvious point that since all the gear has its own visual appearance, you can wind up with some very weird, wacky looking clusterfuck of an outfit, and it looks weird. So now you can click any of your gear and change its appearance, assuming you have gear for it to change its appearance too. Assuming it makes, even if it doesn't make sense originally. And I'm back. Welcome back. So, in the case of the living ram armor, I actually like it. There's nothing to do with the robe, so the robe's just going to stay stuck. Same for the boots. Same for the weapon. In order for the weapon to look different, I have to be holding it. I have to have another weapon. Yeah, so a scimitar can't look like anything other than a scimitar. And it has to be something that I have either in the party or equipped. Like, I like the way the shield looks for the mithril heavy shield. But Seela's looks pretty lame. So, I'm going to click her shield. Click on the mithril one. Hit transfer, and then it looks like a actually cool looking shield. And it goes on like that. Click the half plate armor, and I'll make it look like the living ram armor.
Oh wow.
And yeah, again, it goes on like that. Like I already have the plume hat. I didn't really like how it looked, so I just changed it to look like the tiara instead. But like I said, I can't change the mace to look like one of the swords. So it's just there. Should probably switch back to her other sword. I'm having a few issues with starting up the game again. Is the game crashing on you? I will wait for his reply on that. Thankfully, they're doing the changes to the outfit are free. Oh, crap. Alright, like I said, have to go. Thank you. Son of a bitch. The Tracy's just got back. Damn it. Alright, well, hold on. I'm gonna at least stay long enough to figure out what's the Tracy is having issue with. Should be fine. Maybe. If he types anything, then we can respond. Meantime, I guess I'll go through Nora and... yeah. Alright. Nora, Knight Commander. How can I help? Oh, there's so much I can do. Just ask. Nora looks at you with eyes filled with enthusiasm. . She's holding a notebook and the traveler's ink. Oh, okay, hold on. No, I'm just not that much into it. Witch is a difficult class to embrace. I wouldn't be able to tell you where to begin. The main thing I know about witches is they rely on the hex for most of it, aside from being spontaneous casters. Most of their spell casting on their own, unless you pick the right, what is it called? The patron or whatever? So I've been trying to find another portrait for a different class, maybe, but no luck there. Well, with the portrait you showed me that you were going to be using, I thought you were going for like a Death Domain cleric or something, or an Inquisitor. But maybe you already did that kind of run. All right. Let's see. You've probably heard about the wound I have. The one that sometimes opens up on my chest. Can you perhaps tell me if it is some kind of demonic curse? Yes, indeed. I've been told of your affliction. Nor appears at the center of your chest. Can you will the wound to open? No? That's a shame. What can you tell me about this wound? Well, it's difficult to say. I know of blades that leave never healing cuts, of poisons that stop wounds from healing. I've heard of witches' curses that are rewarded with eternal wounds. But wounds that seem to reopen and heal over and over? I changed my mind over that pick. I thought that's too bad. I thought it looked pretty badass. Right, let's see. Perhaps you know of some of other cases like this? Let's think. In 4671, a Mendevian army corporal had all his bones and cartilage turned to glass. In 4700, a scribe in Canabris had all her skin simply come away, like she'd been boiled. And in 4638, oh, you don't happen to have insects crawling over you? Locusts? No? Rats, perhaps? Too bad. Nora looks at you with genuine regret. Do you think it's dangerous? It's most likely is dangerous, but you are under the protection of Iomade, Commander. She granted you mythic powers, as they say. Surely the Inheritor would not leave you to face this alone? Have you perhaps noticed that the wound opens at moments when you waver in your faith? Perhaps it is triggered by doubt? Thank you for your answers. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you anything useful. I will be sure to study this matter and consult a few of my encyclopedia. Alright. Tell me, I have to go. If you have any questions, come back. Alright, I really do have to go. I'm sorry, Tress. Yes. Alright. Everyone who came by, thank you for stopping by on this run of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Wish me luck in the game I'm going to now. Alright, I'll see you all later. Probably tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow.